Hello everybody, Reggie Time here, and we are looking at the new Phil Galfond site, Run It Once, and we're playing 4 tables of 20 This is very new to me. I've only the second session that I've played. I haven't been playing the site more than an hour yet. There's definitely a few mildly irritating bugs, tables still focus. Sometimes bet sizes, you press the button, doesn't work, but by and large it's novel, it's nice, and I'm not going to be going out of my way to be too critical because it still is in beta mode, beta, however you pronounce it. So you have to expect things aren't going to be perfect. Can't resize tables, which is quite irritating. Can't tile them, so there is some overlap, I'm afraid. But by and large, so far it's been a positive experience. The games are nothing special, that's for sure. But 100% deposit bonus plus splash pot rake back is probably going to compensate for that, at least in the short term. Once you clear the deposit bonus, maybe you'd have to think again about, is it the best place to grind? But by the time the deposit bonus has been cleared, I'll be in a much better position to have my own personal answer to that question. Excuse me. Ace King can still be good here, which is why we're just checking. Good chance I'm going to call if he bets, especially versus that size. And we lose to pocket eights. Never mind. We turn some of the sounds off because I'm not a big fan of sounds. We do have the notification noise though, because tables don't always pop to the front, so if I hear a ding ding ding, it might mean one of these two tables has overlapped onto it and we can't quite see the area of the table we need to see to alert us to the fact it's our turn. There, for example, this table should be forced to the front now. It hasn't, which is why I need the ding ding dings. Splash pot here. Splash pot, for those who don't know, is like the Run It Once way of attributing your rake back. Apparently it's equivalent to 51% rake back, but you've got to fight for it. They will just randomly splash pots with random amounts of money. The biggest I've seen so far has been 6 big blinds, but I do believe there's all kinds of big splashes from time to time. The biggest I've heard of, I think, was 1,000 big blinds splashed into one pot, which is pretty sweet. Strategy in them pots is pretty easy. Go all in, cross your fingers. Well, I haven't seen the splash pots have too much of an impact on the games yet. Obviously you need to change your open sizes depending on how big the splash is. If there was like a, I don't know, $3 splash, for example, you wouldn't just open 2.5x to try and steal it, because well, it just wouldn't work, would it? So that's certainly creates an interesting dynamic that outside of live players who play in splash pot games is be completely new to online players. Certainly completely new to me. Should explain these avatars too. They have like dynamic avatars. Like this guy looks angry. That is the tag for loose and aggressive. Z's coming out of people's mouths. It means that they're very tight. Neutral expressions, I'm not sure what all the expressions mean yet, but if we hover over them, it will tell you what they mean. I think this one's a loose passive. Is it up here? It's not actually a very loose passive. Not sure how accurate these are because before we started recording, at one of these tables, at 1 minute the guy had like the crying icon. I folded my small blind to him, and all of a sudden he got the loose aggressive avatar. I'm not sure if it's like the same played across multiple tables. I don't know how it works. I haven't looked into it, but we'll take the avatars with a pinch of salt, particularly when we don't have many hands-on players. Like saying here, like this player is loose and aggressive. We only have 72 hands. So I mean, it likely means he is on the looser side, but we don't know. We've got a big splash pot here. Got like a 8 big blind splash pot, but I don't think I'm going to go after it with the 6-10 offsuit, which is a shame. It's going to be nice to have a hand here where we could get after this pot. Well, 6-10 off. I think it just needs to be a go in the muck. This dude's just gone all in for the extra, presumably to steal the pot. Anytime you see gold letters and gold coins, that indicates that the site's put more money into the pot for us all to fight over. Not a particularly exciting flop for the 2-6s. We're not going to steal a Queen 7 from the cutoff because we have the angry looking dude behind us who likes snap folds. Kind of exploitable fold into this small size in here, but we just have like really weak under pair on a very dynamic board. 3-bet here by somebody who we don't have any reads on yet. Doesn't like his auto reloading, but he could just be a newcomer to the site who hasn't got the auto reload working yet, because I know when I started I kind of struggled. I fold the Jack 10 suited versus an unknown. I struggled to get it working, and my stack was just dwindling for a while until I think I tried to set up the auto reload from the table. It wasn't having it. You had to go in and set it up from the settings away from the table. Then it just didn't work. I guess you got to join the table and have it activated. It was a bit buggy. It was annoying, but now we've got it working fine. It could just be that some of these players know about auto reload and the stack's just dwindling because they can't make it work. And it might just be some of them aren't that good at poker. It seems unlikely there's going to be very many, if any, genuine fish on the site at the moment, given that most of the traffic is going to be coming from Phil Galfon's training site and just other people who are just have their finger on the online poker pulse. As far as I can tell, there's not been a great deal of advertising in the mainstream media. And there's no casino attached to the site or anything, no sports betting attached to the site, so you're just going to be playing mostly against poker enthusiasts, serious poker enthusiasts. But as I said at the start, I'm not expecting a huge win rate, but with the deposit bonus and the supposed or reported decent rate back, I'm hoping we'll be able to clear the bonus and hopefully do better than break even whilst we're doing it, because I think we're only going to clear the bonus at around €5 a day, so I don't know, making just €35 a week for the next few weeks. So hopefully we can do better than just break even whilst we're clearing the bonus, but we'll see. Doesn't feel like there's going to be huge win rates to be had, and a lot of how you do is probably going to have to do with how you do in like the larger splash pots, I guess, which is going to be pretty high variance in the short term. Probably not so much in the long term, if I stick around for the long term. I'm not known for my sticking around on reg infested sites, that's for sure, but I really want to see this site work, so I'm going to try my best to give it a fair shot before I come too critical of of what I suspect will be pretty awful game quality in the short term. All of my players are falling asleep right now, which isn't an ideal look on a video. Them falling asleep is an indication that I am playing very tight. I mean, I don't believe I am playing very tight, but we just haven't had many playable hands up to now. I think we've had aces a couple of times and just took them the blinds. We had kings and we got filtered by aces before the video started. And apart from that, not much else. Um, 3 to a flush, 3 to a straight. We're going to start off with a little probe in with the 7-6 suited. If we get called, we're only going to barrel on cards that significantly increase our equity, of course. Second time in a row with 3-bet this fellow. I think it's too soon to expect him to adjust and overreact, but it's still nice to be aware of what happened just the last hand. Look at that, we've gone from being very tight to tight passive. Despite the fact we just 3-bet 2 hands in a row, we've gone from very tight to tight passive, which is why I'm not convinced by this whole dynamic avatar thing yet. I'm sure there's some logic behind it in terms of the numbers that the sites are using. Because obviously they'll have like tracking our VPIPs and PFRs. There's obviously going to be some like certain avatars fall within certain parameters. I don't know if it's just taken like your like action at a particular table or your action up at all the tables. I don't know if different opponents see different avatars depending on what they've seen of you. I seem to remember reading something like that. I don't think everyone sees the same thing. Maybe if this guy's at 3 tables with me, he sees my overall picture, whereas this guy might be at 1 table with me and you see a different picture. I think that's maybe how it works, but I could be wrong on that. We're not going to sit and play 3-handed. Just join another table. Didn't quite get there in time for this round, no big deal. We win with the 2-4s, and the table starts to fill up, so we'll uncheck the leave next big blind. All in here. Fair enough, it's a splashed pot, but wow. Is this going to be the same dude going all in at multiple tables? Who knows? The queen's here, he's going to flat the big squeeze and probably get it in on safe flops. That isn't a particularly safe flop. Well, the second time this dude's gone all in a row. Let the king queen go for now. Call once with the pocket queens, probably not looking to get too involved after that. This could easily be the same guy at two separate tables, couldn't it? It's beginning to wish you'd call with the king queen suited now. Going to be folding the queen, see if this played double barrels, especially in double barrels. I don't suppose it's that big, but it's more than 50% pot, which is quite strong on a turn. A 3-bet pot. It's gone bet flop, bet turn on king XX ace. Pocket queen's pretty much fucked at that point. This dude goes all in here, we're just going to snap it off. In good shape. And we hit the ace, which makes things pretty sweet. I'm going to 3-bet the 7-6, given that A, it's a 3-bettable hand anyway, and B, splash pot, we double up again. That's nice. 2 double ups from someone just going all in every hand. And this must be the same guy at both tables. Must be. He's clearly just having a party. All on his own. Interesting. Splash pot, 2 blinds call, we flop, bottom pair, and the low end of an open ender. We're certainly not going to be betting here, but disaster to get raised off our hand here. Pretty bad turn card. Ace 8 suited. We're going to defend versus a 3-bet from the big blind. We'll flop ourselves a top pair, which is going to encourage me to hit the call button. If we are behind, the turn's certainly not helping us to escape our fate. He checks now. I'm going to bet here just to get a little bit of value, protect our hand against like 2 overcards. If we get raised, then we're just going to fold. If he calls, we're just going to check back. Looks like the all-in guy's done his door at both tables. We do get check called over here on table 1. I'm just going to check down now. I wouldn't be at all surprised to see like a scared jacks or queens here just going with a bluff catch line. 7-4 suited. Okay then. It's not been a bad few minutes. Twice doubled through people who were just literally gifting the stacks away, and then we dragged down a little one with the ace 8. All good. Big splash pot here. We have 2 jacks. We like that. Now, what size do we make it here? It's a pretty big pot. It's like there's 8 big blinds extra in there. I have no idea, literally no idea what size we should be making it in various size pots. We just have to slam it in here with the jacks. There's extra dead money in there. He might be going after it. We're just going to have to call, aren't we? 7. and we make a full house. We are running really good in the all-ins, it's got to be said. Running incredibly good in the all-ins. Was that 3 all-ins we've won now in the last 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, who knows. It's been a thing of beauty. This dude's just, he's there, he's doing it, he's all in a lot, and he's, well, he's holding a few times and or getting there, and now he's not, and now he's gone. He's gone from this table too. Not sure what the hell got on there, but we've certainly done well out of it. We've certainly done very well out of it, and we're not going to complain. If only it was always that easy. I'd never leave my living room. As you do here with the ace jack, very loose aggressive. We've got the very bit in there. No, it's already been 3-bet. Ace jack right in the bin then in that case. We've got a very loose aggressive being attacked by a loose aggressive, and we do have ace jack, but nevertheless there's no need to get too excited about that. I guess what I expect from this site that I think is going to be different from like playing regs on other sites is if lots of these guys are also subscribed to Run It Once, you're going to find a lot more guys playing like a much more loose aggressive style than you do on other sites where people just learn to play quite nitty but maybe aren't all training site subscribers or lots of them. And the King Queen go first hand versus somebody. Know nothing about them whatsoever. It's a hand that's very easily dominated, giving up with the ace 3. 6 is a pretty bad card for us to want a double barrel on. We will call if he bets this river though. Up and down straight draw on table 1 with a backdoor flush draw. Wow, that's a big bet. We're not going to call versus that sizing. Just so rare do I see overbets call them and see bluffs. It's not something I see very often. I think it's a pretty underbluffed line, to be honest with you. Do we double barrel on this card? Don't think so. Kind of fits in nicely with a lot of things you can call with King 10, 8, 10, 7, 10, Jack 10, Jack 9. All kinds of hands in his range at that 10 interacts with quite nicely. And we check, so I think we're going to be obliged to try and take a stab at trying to win the pot. I think he probably bets a king on the river. It's just now, is he going to fold like an 8 or a 7? Or if he turned to 10, is he going to fold the 10? He did find the call with the 9-8, so our plan didn't work too well. I was trying to make him fold. Oh, and it appears the site froze a bit there. Try to make him fold kind of a 7 or an 8. Unfortunately for us, he did not comply. don't think he's chose a particularly good hand to bluff catch with, to be honest, but there you go. So he like check calls this flop, then just immediately donks the turn. We still have the up and downer with one overcard. I'm going to take a flyer here and try and hit a river, which we kind of do and don't. If he bombs really big, we're just going to probably fold. Check call, donk, turn. Not a line I see very often. Don't really know what to make of it, to be honest. We'll take our showdown value and we'll beat a random hand that makes no sense. Let's get another table back up. Here we go. Slide it in. Near enough. As you can see, it is still a little bit glitchy, but as we said earlier, that's to be expected at a site that's still kind of in development. Well, not kind of, actually is still in development. Would I rather they'd waited to release a better version? Maybe, but it's nice to have something new to play on. Aces in a small splash pot, which is not unpleasant. And 200 blinds deep, not a big fan of this, but we're going to jam anyway. And he folds. Kind of weird. Oh wow, it's a big splash pot, is it? Lots of chips in there, but we have 10-8 and someone's gone all in, so they're probably just going to get to win it. Trying to flush draw, but the board is now showing the trips. Don't expect him to fold a 10. Don't expect him to fold many pairs actually. We have flopped a straight on this other table. Just going to check back. No dice with the straight. Going to fold here when he leads out. I'm not happy with all my players having Zs. I really don't feel I played that tight. It's the dude that took the weird line with the 10-6 earlier. All of a sudden gone loose passive. Maybe the loose passive before when we had the aces, the kings. Sorry, who knows? Not fully up to date with the well, not up to date. It's the wrong way of wording it. I certainly don't understand the avatars too much yet. I thought loose passive had like tiers, but avatar doesn't have tiers. Easy call here if this player leads. Easy bet if they don't. Is that a min 3 bet there? Certainly is. Let's swap some 2 pairs please, dealer, or trips. Middle pair. That wasn't what I was looking for really. We weren't looking for the middle paired option, were we? Three to a flush, 3 to a straight, so we're going to kick off with a bet and then see where the turn takes us to. Turn takes us to a good barrel situation. And sadly the river breaks off and we're just going to give up. Ace 10 suited. Are we glad that the flush didn't come? Ace king suited was starting slightly deeper. That's what I mean about stealing focus. It just did it then. Scrolling our bet up and this table just popped up and it stole the focus, which is annoying but not the end of the world. We have an €80 splash pot here. I'm not sure how hard we need to be battling in these like smallish splash pots. I think obviously the bigger the splash, the more we need to be trying to stake a claim to it. But Queen 8 suited versus a 4.5x open. I think people are going to like overreact to them and be a little bit too aggressive going after the smaller ones, so we don't like 3-bet too aggressively and have people just slamming all kinds of stuff in our face. I guess it's just like suck it and see for a while, just see exactly how active people are in them pots. I haven't played on the site anywhere near long enough yet to get a feel for just how active people are in the smaller splash pots, or in the big ones for that matter, because I've not seen a big one yet. So we have a very loose aggressive player who's opened under the gun, so we are going to be 3-betting our ace king with a degree of confidence. I'm going to be getting a particularly smelly flop, so don't think I'm going to be c-betting here. There just doesn't seem to be an awful lot of good turn cards for us. It's a board where I don't expect to see our opponent fold a lot of pocket pairs, etc. Probably even floaters with just like 2 high cards at least some of the time. And then he makes a big bet on the turn queen, and we just meekly concede the pot. Maybe we could have stabbed that turn. I think it was a bit too quick to give up on that. When he checks back, I mean, we should have more queen x in our range, or well, not more queen x, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. Just waffling. Multiple callers here. We're going to make a large c-bet. I'm going to get jammed on 470 now. We're getting 2-1 on a call. Yeah. Fold. Check raise on table 2, I think. With our gut shot and 2 overcards. There's been a pretty big bet into 2 players, but nevertheless, we're still going to try our hand with a check raise. Now there's been a caller, which means we have significantly reduced fold equity. We are very deep with this player. He's going to call once, try and hit a miracle. That was more to do with how deep we are with this player than anything else. If we could have hit it straight there, given this player played that 10-6 a bit oddly, I think we have reasonably applied odds on our call. He's double barreled twice now on a board that isn't that good for us anymore. Let it go. Hopefully we can see a showdown. Jack 9. Certainly overplayed that a little bit, I think. I think he's turn barrel. He won the hand, so I guess it can't be too bad, but I'm not a big fan of his turn barrel. But what do I know? Ace 10 off. There's another calling there. I think we have like more suitable hands to use to 4-bet bluff with there. I was kind of thinking, do we 4-bet or not here? Don't think ace 10 off's a particularly attractive 4-betting hand. We jamming the ace king here. Again, not that pleased this person in there, but they are hopefully committing quite a bit of dead money to the pot. Assuming that they're folding, they're not committing dead money if they're calling, of course. Certainly take that. That was a pleasant takedown. Easy check with the nut flush draw. Not the best of run outs with the ace queen. I expect him just to go check a lot on him to like have turned a 6 or something. Do we value bet our jack here? I think we do. Just put a little blocker in. Calls and we win. Guess we just fold. This guy's loose aggressive. Kind of want to. In fact, we're going to go for a check raise against somebody who is loose aggressive. He just instantly checks back, which is not really what we wanted to see. Hope we don't find a raise on this turn. That would be awkward. And to call, and the river is the 8 of hearts. In fact, a bet fold, I think. Don't think he's gonna like turn worse into a bluff there. I don't think he's gonna turn like a made hand into a bluff. We check back this flop. We have to call the turn, I guess, and then probably fold rivers unimproved. Do we improve on the river? Which is probably going to give us, well, it's going to raise fold. Now it just gives us an easy bet. deep enough here where we can raise call, I think, as long as he doesn't make it too big if he 3-bets us. Good news, bad news on the turn. And bad news on the river. See, that's what it's just done. You saw me click the 3/4 pot button, and then it just skipped back to 20, which obviously wasn't the bet size I was wanting to make here. It's not the first time that's happened. And now we get raised, and it just makes life like weird. I guess we just have to fold now, but I didn't want to bet that size. It wasn't my fault, if you will. We just saw as we hit the 3/4 pot button. I think I saw it go up to the actual bet size I wanted, and then it just dropped back down to the min bet, which in that situation doesn't bother me too much. But in other situations, if we accidentally min bet in a big pot, it would be quite infuriating. That's totally not in the right place. And that's near enough. And check fold this turn. You shouldn't be betting too much Queen X on the flop, to be fair. You wouldn't imagine it is, but theoretically the Queen's kind of better for us than it is him, but there's a big difference between theory and practice. I guess I'm just checking a lot of aces here, will he? No, we just win with the jacks. 3-betting this potential fish here with the 2-9s for isolation. Don't really want to get squeezed either. Upsize slightly against someone who we think might be on the fishier side. Maybe couldn't have got a bit bigger with that 3-bet given we're starting off 150 big steep. Could even have considered flatting given we have a pretty active player in the big blind. How close am I to clearing the first portion of my first bonus? 62%. So I'll probably play 2 hours on the site now. We're 62% to clearing a 5er. So it's probably going to take quite a long time to clear the deposit bonus. Maybe we don't even get to clear it all, who knows. Probably just check fold in the tens here. Certainly versus that pretty big sizing. I mean, you can get a decent number of draws, I guess, but we're not going to be able to check call down there pretty effectively. We're just going to allow ourselves to potentially be bluffed, I guess. I'm going to 4-bet and then very, very sadly fold the ace queen suited to a jam, because the cold 4-bet's obviously a pretty damn strong line. Pleased to just take it down there. Pleased to take it down. I'm going to continue my session, but we're going to wrap the video up at around the hour mark. I'm going to continue playing for a way longer yet. Still 66 players in the pool. Very much doubt that means there's 66 unique players. Guess that means there's just 66 bums on seats. And double barrel pretty big here with the 2 3s. Put pressure on his under pairs to the king that are try to show themselves down. And he's caught twice, so I'm just giving up. We do have showdown value against Jack Queen, I guess. Yeah, we're just done. King 9. Seems like a pretty loose open from under the gun, but never mind. I wonder if he folds if we just pile the river there. I mean, he's supposed to, but who knows? This is clearly a glitch here. The action's on me on this table, but we've only have one card at the moment. The whole site appears to have crashed. So I guess that's an impromptu end to the video, because the site's just completely crashed. So yeah, we're 55 minutes in. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Shame to end the video on a crash, but not much I can do about that. Take care everybody, and bye bye for now.